Hi everyone! In today's video, I'm going to be creating a summer glam makeup look. I realized it was too bright to film, so I kind of just moved some things around, and I guess I got some foundation on my lip in the process, but it's okay because I'm doing the rest of my face anyways. So for my highlight, I'm using the color Amber. With my brush, I'm applying that to everywhere I want to be lighter. This foundation has a moisture barrier, so it's perfect for those hot summer days. I'm going in with a lighter color right under my eyes because I have dark circles, so what I'm using for that is called Moonlit. I like my under eyes to be a little bit brighter. I kind of bring it up a little bit, if you can see here in the corners. I feel like it gives you a little bit of a facelift. Right now I'm just applying everything and then I'll wait to blend. Now I'm going to move on to my contour, and I'll take my detail brush and I'll apply my contour in a dabbing motion. This has become my ultimate favorite brush to apply my contour. It makes it so much easier to apply my contour with. So I'll take that and apply it to my cheekbones and at my temples. Go along the edge of my forehead and my jawline as well. Contour my nose, all I have to do is flip the brush over and use the smaller end. Line the outside. I'll put that along the sides of my nose, and I'm very precise with keeping my lines straight. To highlight, your nose can look a little more longer at the ends, so I like to contour the bottom a little bit. This is what'll kind of give you that cute button nose. With my perfecting sponge, I'll start blending everything together. Always make sure your sponge is damp. I find it just smooths out everything, especially in places where you might get a little more creasing, like under your eyes. I'm taking the color that I use for my under eyes and I'm going to use that as a primer. Just gently dabbing that onto my eyelids. For my shadow, I'm going to start with the color Gilded. Starting with my darker shadow first, and then I'll work my way in. I'm using the fluffier end of the brush because I don't want it to be too intense. The fluffier eyeshadow brush doesn't apply as much product and it makes it easy to blend. I started at my outer creases and worked my way in. I'll switch the brush over and use the smaller end just to clean everything up on the inner corners. Flip my brush over to the fluffier end and I'll cover the rest of my lid with the color Wednesday. It's just like a very soft neutral pink and has a little bit of shimmer to it. I'm gently dabbing that on and I'm trying not to overblend. I put that on in like a couple layers so it really stays. I'll go on with a second layer of primer. After I'm done that, apply a second layer of the color Wednesday, more so applying that to my inner and mid eyelids. With the smaller end of the brush, I'll apply the color Unicorn into my inner corners and along the lash line. Will just add a little bit of a pop. I'll switch over to the fluffier end of the brush and use the color Bubba. It's like a neutral brown. Send the outer corners of my eyes using that, and I'll get into the creases a little bit. Using that just above the color Bend and Snap that I used first. Now on the outer corners of my eyes, align a small part of the lash line and almost creating like a V, and very gently into the crease. I am not dragging it very far. I want those corners to be a little more intense, so I flipped the brush over to the smaller side. Once I'm done that, I'll use the color Bubba again and I'll just intensify where I already applied it. Now I can line my eye, and I like to start out on the outer corners and work my way in. I kind of create a baseline and then work around that. And to create a little bit more of a winged look, I kind of tilt my head back a little bit. I find that it helps to angle the line instead of making it really straight coming out from the eye. I'll move on to filling in my eyebrows. I'll just kind of brush them out. They're a little bit of a mess right now because our salon is closed and I usually let one of the girls at work do my brows. I use a pencil to make lines to create more of an arch, and then I fill it in with powder. I'll brush that into anywhere that seems a little bit sparse. I like to keep my brows looking pretty natural so I don't go too intense with it. Then I highlight my brow. I take a flat brush and I'll use concealer or primer and just put that under my brow. The color that I'll use for that is Unicorn. To finish off my eyes, I'll add a pair of lashes. My eyes are finally finished and I'll give you guys a quick peek at them. In the same compact that I had my highlight and contour in is my blush. So I'll apply that. I apply it mainly to the apple of my cheeks, but I'll bring it up slightly along my cheekbones for a more sculpted look. I do have a bit of a rounder face, so I find this helps. Then buff it out with the other end of the brush. I'll then put on some bronzer, and when I apply my bronzer, I apply it as if the sun was hitting down on me. So I apply that on my forehead and a little bit on my cheeks and a little bit on my chin. I'll dab a tiny bit on the tip of my nose for a sun-kissed look. Finish off now with my lips. To make my lips look a little more plump, what I do is add a bit of contour to it. Flat brush, I'll take my contour color and line the outside of my lips. If anyone is interested in any of the colors that I used today, I'll leave a link in the description box. And if you'd like to be color matched for a foundation, then I'll leave a link for that as well. Once I'm done lining the outside of my lips, I'll gently dab with my finger to blend it out. Don't want to leave any harsh lines around your lips. It's become my favorite makeup trick, and I hope that it helps some of you. You can see here as I get closer to the camera, my lips just look a little more full. Now I'll just put on some lipstick, and what I'm using is called Fuchsia Flood by Burt's Bees. It's a brighter pink, but that's what I'm going for since this is a summer look. My eyes in more neutral color, so this pop of pink on my lip is perfect. Take a flat brush, and to the middle of my lips, I'll apply the Illuminator Pearl. That will add to the effect of making your lips look more plump. I am now done with this look. I really enjoyed creating and sharing this with you guys. If you're still here, then thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.